We're going to write a real deduping trigger, one of the most useful and common triggers you'll see. When a new lead is created, we'll check to see if it's a dupe by searching our existing contacts. We'll know it's a dupe if the lead has the exact same email address as another contact. Once we've identified the lead as a dupe, we'll assign it to a data quality queue so the team can properly dedupe it. Finally, we'll add a note in the lead description that tells our data quality team which contacts the lead matched with. I really love this trigger because it's the type of trigger you'll often see in Salesforce orgs, and it simply and clearly shows you the power of SOQL. I highly encourage you to follow along in your own Salesforce org. So before we start writing code, let's make sure you have everything you need in your org set up. The only prerequisite is that you'll need a data quality queue in your org. This is the queue we'll be assigning our leads to if they're identified as dupes. The developer name of the queue is important, and I've highlighted it on the screen because it needs to be exactly that value. In case you don't know how to create a queue, let me show you how. In your Salesforce org setup page, go to Manage Users, Queues. Hit the New button, then for the label, enter Data Quality. The queue name should auto-populate to data_quality, which is exactly what we need it to be. Scroll down and add the lead object to the right-hand section. Save, and you're good to go. I often draw out flowcharts of how I'll solve a trigger before writing any actual code. You don't want to get too deep into the code without first having a game plan. Start with the high-level steps of what you want your code to do. Then, the rest is just translating it into code. This planning step is actually the hardest part of coding. All right, here's how our trigger needs to work. First, a lead will be created, and that should kick off our trigger. This immediately tells us that our trigger needs to be on the lead object, and it should be an insert trigger. Once the lead is created, we can use SOQL to see if there are any contacts that have the same email address as our lead. You might be able to tell that a bind variable for our lead email address would be useful here. Then we need to see if we found any contacts. There could be no matches, there could be one match, or there could be multiple matches. This is where our trigger needs to split paths. If at least one contact is found, do this. If not, do that. I can tell we'll definitely need an if statement in our trigger at this point. Let's say at least one contact is found. We need to do two things from here. First, assign the lead to our data quality queue. Next, we need to document the matching contacts IDs in our leads description field. If no contacts are found, no further action is needed on that lead. All right, we have our game plan. The logic is sound. Now we just need to translate this into code.